Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about the fruits, vegetables that you may grow from seeds, like common seeds from the grocery store. All this is purchased into grocery store. Of course, they are a source of seeds that you may use to grow vegetables. Now, there are some pros and cons by using seeds that come from the store-bought mandarin, clementines, right? Or lemon, or orange, or melon, tomato, peppers, you name it. So, the most common things that the huge, big farmers or seeds companies do, they actually do these hybrid seeds. Why? There are three main reasons why they use these hybrid seeds. So, to have this long life tomato. So, this tomato from the time that it was picked on a greenhouse or on a farm until the time they go into your table, it may take up to 2 weeks. So if it's a regular tomato, regular seeds of tomato, native tomato seeds, normally they'll be wasted or they'll go bad in the next 3-4 days. But what these big seed players do, they cross-pollinate, etc. You can see that one in my other videos, pros and cons, how to use hybrid seeds. So going back to our thing today, can you grow vegetables and fruit from common grocery store seeds? Yes, absolutely. Can you get some awesome results? Yes, absolutely you may. But the pros that come is cheap seeds. Sometimes you can hit a product that you like, when it comes to the tomato, a pepper, a strawberry, an orange, a lemon, something that you really like, you can get that one for free without going and spending, or the joy of growing your own vegetables or fruit at home. So you see it from the beginning until when it starts giving you the fruit. And that's the benefit of it, right? It's something you're growing your own, and you didn't buy it in the store, you don't know what you're gonna get, so you pretty much you got that part. And that's the benefits of using your own seeds from the grocery store, purchased vegetables or fruit. Now, the cons, there are a lot. And actually there are more cons, there are pros when it comes to the seeds that you may use to grow vegetables from the grocery store. Let's start, for example, with this melon, right? So this melon, as you can see, is a Gallia melon. So it's very flavored, it's really tasty, etc. The tricky part sometimes to grow melon or watermelon, what they use these grafting tactics. So they use a melon seed, original melon seed, they grow it up to go a couple of inches, and after that, they propagate it with a squash or with another species that is in the same family, like the squash in the same family. But what they do though, the squash can resist illnesses, bacteria, etc., far more greater than melon or watermelon. So what they do, they make sure they do these grafting techniques, so you can get the top is a melon, in the bottom may be a squash, in the bottom may be another kabocha squash, maybe another thing, right? But in the end, you're getting this melon that is so tasty. So when you try to grow these seeds from this melon, Gallia melon, guess what? You may not even get a melon. You may get something else. So for that reason, it's really hard when you buy food at grocery. For example, let's make it the more simple one, tomatoes, right? You got two different, this is cherry tomatoes and this is steak tomatoes. So what they do actually, they use the pollinating the cherry tomato with a steak tomato, and they got this hybrid. Hybrid can be either cherry or steak tomato. The thing is, like when you go to grow from these seeds from the grocery store, purchased item, and when you go to grow them, you think you're getting a steak tomato. Actually, you may get a cherry tomato, and what's going to happen? They'll be impacted very fast from the humidity, the heat. So you think it's like, oh, why my tomatoes are rotten? Why they have a root, or why they have calcium deficiency? Actually, they don't have none of that. The only reason why the plant is not able to fulfill or to grow the fruit properly is because this cross-pollination that happened to give that perfect hybrid that you buy into grocery store. Doesn't matter if it's organic, is it conventional, doesn't matter. Now, the only way you're gonna get what you purchase is if this steak tomato actually is grown with native seeds. That means not cross-pollinated, not grafted, or any other thing. Is like a pure steak tomato. The only thing though that the farmers don't like is because you don't get a lot of yield, so for them may not be financially viable. It's the same what happened with the peppers, right? You get this wonderful green bell pepper. It looks a little bit, under, it's been a while since it's been in my fridge, but the seeds are still good, right? If you get these seeds and you put them onto the soil, in 2 weeks or so, you're gonna get this small peppers plant, and you think you're gonna get this green bell pepper, right? No, actually you may get even a mini pepper, you may get a banana pepper, you may get a hot chili pepper, you may get anything beside that green bell pepper. And the reason is why they do cross-pollination or crafting techniques. Just because the mini peppers barely grow, so it's really hard to grow them, what they do is they use different peppers like the banana pepper. The banana pepper is like, has a strong root system, so it's able to observe, resist in some weather conditions, and is like more strong through the disease and the soil. So therefore they use crafting techniques. They get a banana pepper plant, new plant, and a mini pepper new plant, and they craft them together, and what you get, this is wonderful. But now when you go to grow these seeds, I love mini peppers. I try to grow them so many times. I never have a success. And the reason why, because they use even crafting techniques of cross-pollination. So it's the same with lemons, right? You like this lemon, oh yeah, it's so juicy, etc. When you go, actually you may not even get a lemon, you can get a wild orange. So it's really bitter, you barely can eat it. So you need to graft it, because most of the citrus actually they're grafted to get the perfect plant. The same happened with the clementine. So they start with the old orange that they grow in the wilds because they have a strong root and they can resist disease, etc. And then they grow mandarins, and after that they graft them together, so you get this plant that the root system is very strong, but the top is actually where you get the fruit. So it's common in agro-food industry to use different techniques to get the best products to be financially viable, and of course to be resistant to the weather condition, to the shelf life, transportation, etc. So if you love this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. If you have any comments, put down below and I'll be more than happy to reply when I'm available. So again, pros and cons, how to grow, or why you should or you should not grow food, fruits, vegetables from a conventional grocery store shelf. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.